The secret to relieving back pain, sciatica, or improving your posture could all be in your core. To tell us more is Heather Richardville with Steppin' Up Physical Therapy. Thanks for being here today, Heather. So we all hear about working the core, work out your core. What really is the core? Kind of let's first explain that.
Yeah, so most people think about the core, they think about like the six pack, right? The rectus abdominis. That's not what we're talking about here. That's not necessary for core stability necessarily. So the core is actually a cylinder. The top of that cylinder is the diaphragm. The bottom is the pelvic floor, which is involved with bladder control. The back is a small lower back muscle called the multifidus, and then the front muscle is called the TA. We call that TA for short, transverse abdominis. It's kind of a big name, but it's a very wide muscle. I think you guys can see it on the screen, but it actually functions like a girdle. It kind of looks like a girdle, right? It's meant to kind of cinch you in and protect the spine while you move.
So if you kind of like hold in your core, that's what you're really flexing, that internal muscle.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that plays into your posture a lot too. We kind of have that other video here playing with talk about the posture and your spine and how that all affects each other.
Exactly. So the core is meant to kind of stabilize and protect your spine. So if you have poor posture, then you're going to have forces going through your spine. Every time you lift something, move something, you're going to have a force that goes through your body. That force is meant to be taken up by your muscles, by your core. If your core is weak and not able to hold your posture, then that force is going through your spine, through your vertebra, through your discs, through your pelvis, and that's when degeneration and pain occurs.
But now you can do some exercises to kind of strengthen the core and help stop and prevent that pain, right?
Absolutely. So our core is meant to stabilize and support and protect our spine, right? So if we can train our core to actually withstand those forces, then it will take the force of our movement and not our actual spine. So there are some exercises that you can do to kind of train your core. One of them is called a pelvic tilt, okay? So when most people come into the clinic and they lay on their back, there's a big, deep curve in their low back.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be there. When you lay down on your back, it should be pretty flat to the table.
Okay.
That means your core is engaged, okay? So you're gonna draw your belly button to your spine when you're laying down.
Yeah,
there maybe was a picture of it, but.
And it tilts forward.
Exactly. So then your core, I always tell people, stick your hand under your low back, lay down on a mat, and then try to squish your hand. Pretend there's like a spider on your hand, right? And you're trying to squish it.
Ew.
Draw your belly button to your spine and feel what a good contraction feels like. And that will help with your core stability.
Okay. Are there any other like good ones that we can kind of do at home? Like, should we do that all the time? How often do you do that?
Yeah. So the average low back pain patient can maybe hold that good contraction like 2 to 4 seconds.
Okay.
That's not long enough to support you while you move, right?
Right.
I mean, it has to be on all day long. So count to 10, count to 20. There are lots of exercises you can do. Just you need to core endurance, muscular endurance is the key.
All right. We heard it. Core endurance. Squeeze it in. You can find out more about Steppin' Up Physical Therapy at steppinupt.pt.com.